So literally yesterday, I recorded a 15 minutes video where I talked about this particular title and my experience with it. One of the topics that I would talk about was the ongoing translation patch for this game. And on the 10th anniversary of this title, which was the day the video was supposed to go up, the fully translated patch for this came out. And well, you know, I gotta do this instead now then. This patch was done by the awesome translation team known as Steel Soul. I'll have the link in the description where you can get the patch and support the team. So we're not gonna be watching that. I'm gonna play through the first stage and let's see what they did with this. The protagonist is Axel and Lamia, obviously. I'm gonna be playing as Lamia with the Angel, because last time I played this, it was with the Soul Gain. Universal Sanctuary 0xxx, because it couldn't come up with an exact year. Well, I'm not gonna be reading this, but I just want to talk about this game in general because this game is quite an interesting experience for me. A Portable is the first Super Rewards that I was on the hype train for, and by that I meant I was there when the game was announced and I was following all the news up until release. Well, I have been playing Super Rewards before this, but this game was the first, well, this game and the original set on the PS2 to be specific, because those were in development at the same time. This year was the year where I was really into this franchise and I just started like waiting for every news of this that I can get. Up until the release, I also started watching like Nadesico and Double Zeta Gundam because I haven't seen it up until this point. And G Gundam, which was a series that I was most excited for before this game came out. So yeah, the hype is pretty strong with this game. I never played the one on the Game Boy Advance. But as you might have already known, this game is brutal. Like, there's a lot of balancing issue, which if you go into this game blind without knowing like which units that is particularly useful, you're gonna have a lot of trouble because just, yeah, if you played it, you get it. So I never beat this game until several years later, even though I have been playing it consistently since the release in 2008. Hopefully things will change now that I'm super experienced with this. Well, they got the accent down in the translation. I believe this is Getter, right? So interestingly, like, we go through all three Getters in this game. The original Getter, Getter Dragon, and Ancient Getter. There's also a bunch of like Getters and Machine Guns units in this game. There's enough to make a full team of them, if I remember correctly. Although most of them are not particularly useful. Like, I think the ace bonus for Koji is really good, but aside from that, actually no. The Great Machine Gun is really strong, if I remember correctly. Like, the support attack from him can save your life. So first thing I'm gonna do is turn off the grid, and yeah, I'm not gonna mess with anything else. since this game is quite hard, I'm gonna take my time with it. I think the obvious thing to do is put your units on the force so you get tyrant bonus. And well, the enemy also got on it, so that's not really optimal, but we'll live. I'm playing this on a PSP emulator. There might be graphical glitch on the recording, but we're just gonna play this first stage, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Right. So my goal here is gonna be getting Ryoma to as high as morale as possible to potentially take down the boss. Although I don't think that will actually happen. Well, that's a pretty standard spirit set for the Getter team. Just gonna leave him on the same spot. And just gonna show this animation. The animation itself is, I believe, ripped exactly from the original generation on the PS2. I remember there was a lot of talk that Brand Presto will also remake Super Wars D because they have a lot of sprites already done from the other games, but it just never really happened. Fuel tank. So I believe all of these grunt will target Getter, which is what you want. Well, Roma should have potential, so he might be able to survive. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna take that. Bitter Beam takes a lot of energy. I should be able to survive that, so I'll counter it. Well, it's pretty close, but it's all good. Car just ran past. Hopefully you didn't hear that. So his morale is already at 123. I'm not sure how the morale works, the exact number in this game. It seems to be going up pretty quickly. Well, the idea looks really good, regardless of which console she's in. Oh, there we go. Since he's at 130 morale, he can use Open Get. I don't think I can check the ability. Oh yeah, so the unit info is also translated. And it seems to also be in really good quality. So yeah, if you want to check out the unit database, there's hours of reading you can do. Let's try Getter 2 this time. Getter 2 might actually be the better choice here, because he doesn't really use energy. Just gonna pass my turn. I think the white guy will be running towards it. Well, it's actually not a guy, but you know. Hopefully that's in range for the drill missile. Alright. Well, that's not a very good number. Hayato usually has focus, but I guess he doesn't in this game. Just gonna test my luck here. Yeah, it's pretty neat that they have like special dialogue to the dynamic heroes. Gonna finish her off with Angel. Alright, so in this game you can't use your final move until you're level 20. Which I don't really like how they handle that. I'd rather they just don't have the final move until a certain stage and just unlock it like Modern Super Robot Wars does. Just gonna position my unit. Well, this guy is gonna escape for sure. I'm not sure what's the threshold. Just gonna use thrust because I don't think we're gonna need strike. And let's transform to Getter 1. Use the Getter beam. Sorry, the buttons are a little confusing. I really miss Kamiya Akira's voice for as Ryoma. I think we can agree that the Shin Getter Armageddon Ryoma is a little bit too overused at this point. Would be really great if they brought back the classic Getter team. Gonna put my Angel a bit behind, just so that I could use her stronger move in the next turn. One more Getter beam. And either he escapes or we might actually have a shot at taking him down. Well, so I assume he escapes at like 7,000 or 8,000 HP. So this is exciting because Lamia translation device is broken, so she talks like really weirdly. So in Japanese, she's supposed to like speak really politely, but her vocabulary is broken, so she talks really funny. In the Atlas translation of original Generation 2, they made her stutter, which is not exactly like a direct translation of the Japanese version. So I'm really glad that they chose to just do what the Japanese did and make it a vocabulary issue rather than stuttering. And just for the record, I really don't like how they use green and orange as this game aesthetic. I think it looks really ugly. So the key to this game is upgrading the right units. You really don't want to waste any money on the units that you won't use, at least until your second playthrough. Units that have the EWAC command, which raises your accuracy and dodge to nearby units, is essential. You practically need it to survive. I don't remember how good the Nadesico was in this game. You get the new Gundam really late, if I remember correctly, and pretty much your Super Watts is gonna be the one that carries you for the first half of the game. And the problem is gonna be you can't hit anything because a lot of the pilots doesn't have strike. Yeah, this game was quite tough, just from my memory. I am pretty excited to play this again though, cause I could probably do a lot better now. To be fair, Hayato has a point. I mean, how could they even trust Lamia at this point? This is the intermission screen. The upgrade system in this game is you can do a certain amount of upgrade depending on the units, I guess. You can upgrade more health for the getter. The weapon is as usual. Let's check out what parts we got. One booster and I think a fuel tank, right? Let's put the tank on getter maybe. Well, there's no reason not to do it. So you use parts to upgrade your pilot stats. Pretty standard for the handheld game. And well, I think that's pretty much it for the first stage. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you are interested to play this, be sure to check out the link in the description so you can download the patch and support the translators. Translating these games requires insane amount of work, and I do think the team deserves every support they can get. Please leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next video.